name is Melissa Canterbury, and I'm a student in EDU 311. This is my case study presentation on my case study, Troy. This semester, I had the pleasure of working with an 8-year-old boy named Troy in my second grade cooperating class. Troy was very fun to work with. He enjoys playing sports with his friends, and he especially likes Alabama football. He said that he has been to 2 Alabama football games, more than I have. He does enjoy riding his bike at home. He lives with his mother and his father, which means he's an only child. Some of Troy's strengths and interests: he excels academically in math. He thoroughly enjoys adding numbers, playing with numbers. He's not great at subtracting, but he tries his best. He also plays many sports outside of school. He is on a baseball team, the football team, and he enjoys playing soccer. In the classroom, he definitely behaves very well. He is very quiet, does whatever is asked of him. He enjoys helping the teacher. He was always asking if he could run errands or help grade some math drills every day. He would definitely just be there if you needed a helping hand. He also strives for the teacher approval from me and his cooperating teacher. Also, his academic challenges, they include, it's majority involved with reading. Whenever he is reading one-on-one with me, he would read each word, and so his fluency was very low, which I found this tree online that, as you can see, the base for reading comprehension is reading fluency, so this would, I guess, help support why he was getting low grades on his reading comprehension test, because he does have very low fluency. Some of Troy's academic history: he is on grade level, although he is very low. He does get pulled out to the resource room at our school. He only gets pulled out for reading, however. He does stay in for majority of the class day. In his IEP, he does have an IEP. His goals and benchmarks are strictly related to reading and working on his comprehension. Also, Troy has been labeled with a learning disability. I did observe Troy in 3 different environments. I observed him in a reading lesson. I observed him during the gym, during PE, and also in the lunchroom during lunch. Whenever he was with his friends, he did show that he's very outgoing, and he would be silly with his friends. However, if it wasn't with friends that he usually plays with or interacts with, sits next to in the classroom or something, he tended to be very shy and timid, just kind of going along with the flow. Although he was very silly and playful with his friends, he showed the same very shy behaviors, and in the lunchroom he sat next to us, and he was always very just having this willingness to please his teachers. Same goes for in PE. Whenever it was time to clean up, he was always the first to clean up, get in line, and just very willing to please the PE instructors. Some of his academic, we already did that one. Okay, so I did get the opportunity opportunity to do a sociogram with the entire cooperating classroom. This is the first time that I had ever done one, so it was really interesting to see and to see the interactions between the different students. I had him draw lines coordinating to the instruction, whether it be draw lines to 3 of your best friends or draw lines to people that you think are smart. So that was definitely interesting to see, although it was not surprising. I could kind of predict what his results would have been. However, after doing the sociogram, I did sit down with him to kind of get his input in it and his reflection upon it. And we decided to choose 3 different children. He did circle the names, the 3 boys that he had circled, that he didn't usually interact with, whether it be just because he didn't really know them or he didn't sit next to them in the classroom. So we decided that he would spend some time during the next few days or the next week to spend extra time with them, get to know them, and then he reported back to me that he actually enjoyed spending time with all this. He made new friends, and he learned a lot about the boys that he just had never taken the opportunity to get to know. It was interesting because Bryce, he definitely formed a stronger relationship with him, and after that week of experiment was up, he had continued to play with him and continued to get to know him and sit next to him in the lunchroom or interact with him in PE. And these are just some clip arts to show that he did spend extra time with kids to get to know them in PE. I noticed with my cooperating teacher that she would always, pull Troy back to take his reading test, or he would he was allowed extra time, or whatever accommodations that she would use or whatever. When I was teaching my lessons, I taught 10 lessons throughout the semester. I definitely enjoyed doing partner groups or peer reading, small groups, and partner activities. So during a reading lesson or during small groups, I would have Troy partner read with a buddy, or during AR, instead of reading by himself, I would partner him up with a student who was on a higher level. And this seemed to really work out because he felt less intimidated and he enjoyed the peer interaction. So how effective were these accommodations? They were very successful. As I said, he felt less intimidated as he would if he was working one-on-one with me or working one-on-one with his cooperating teacher. And like I said, he definitely enjoyed the peer interaction. He, got to be in an environment where he felt more comfortable with people of his own age. So one accommodation that I definitely implemented, as I said before, was cooperative learning groups, whether it be a math lesson or a science lesson or a majority of my reading blocks. Definitely incorporated small groups, and not only that, small groups where I was facilitating it, but where they got to work together and my students got to work together. And Troy definitely showed success in these type of groups. We did partner reading, as I said before, peer tutoring in math. We did a whole week introducing money, and then the following week I taught that whole week. And so they had already had an idea of money and had the opportunity to work with it. So the students who were, such as Troy, who were low or didn't really understand it, I partnered Troy with a student who was higher, and they kind of did like a peer mentor, peer tutoring, and that was definitely a success. I guess the most important thing that I learned from Troy was that all students, I feel like they're gifted. They're all gifted in their own little way. Definitely with Troy, he has improved after interviewing his teacher, his first grade teacher, and his resource teacher. He's definitely showed improvement over the year and over the semesters I've seen. He's shown a huge improvement since first grade. So I definitely think that he is gifted, and I think that he will unwrap his package whenever he's ready. And I guess mostly I think that it's important for teachers and educators to spend time getting to know your students, understand why they are having certain challenges or struggling with something in particular. Don't just overlook it or say, oh, that's just him, and that's how he's always going to be. And then last, I would just like to say a special thank you to my case study, Troy, for letting me work with him, his parents for the permission, my cooperating teacher, who was awesome, and for Miss Slater,